Hello guys, this is Spicy, and this is a review on the Bandai Robot Damashii, or Robot Spirits as it's known in North America, Victory Gundam. So Robot Damashii is a line of robot action figures that was introduced by Bandai through the Tamashii Nation brand. And this is just one of the action figure line from Tamashii Nation. And these are just called Robot Damashii because everything in this series are robots. So pretty much Bandai does like a lot of mechas from Japanese anime. The Gundam is probably one of the most popular one because Gundam is one of Bandai's most highly profitable intellectual properties. This year they're also doing the Pacific Rim 2 Robot Damashii figures, which are very, very exciting. So before I do the review, I want to thank Nam from Tatsu Hobby for lending me this figure to do a review and to introduce you guys to the Robot Damashii line. So I already talked about what the line's about, and let's take a look at the Robot Damashii figure compared to a Bandai high grade 1144 scale model kit. Alright, so right here we have the Victory 2. This one is the high grade 1144 scale Victory 2 Gundam. As you can see, the Robot Damashii figures are slightly out of scale compared to the 1144 scale Victory 2, even though they're from the same universe. It's just this one's an action figure and this one's a model kit. And I know for a fact that the Victory 1 as a model kit should be the same height as the Victory 2. So obviously, Bandai decided to make them slightly out of scale, just in case, so people won't be switching parts between the figures and the model kits. Sometimes that could cause some problems, especially for collectors. So, anyway, that's that. So you can see the Robot Damashii figures looks really well painted, straight from the factory. If you don't like to do any paint work, or any type of assembly, especially for people who don't want to spend like 10 hours building a model kit and doing all the extra paint work on it, the Robot Damashii figure would be a good alternative. However, they are quite expensive. So normally a model kit like this would cost you anywhere between $15 to $25, but you're gonna have to spend at least 5 to 10 hours to make it look presentable. Or a straight build for the most case may result in some minor to major disappointment, because some kits actually come really good. They have a lot of good part separation and you don't really have to do anything once you put it together, and they look really good just as the box advertises. However, there are some especially older kits, once you put them together, they don't look anything like the picture that you see on the box. So sometimes people are very upset about that fact. Like what you see is not what you get. So, yeah. But, the model kits are a lot cheaper. They range from anywhere between $15 to $25. While the Robot Damashii figures starts out at $45. They range from anywhere between $45 to $65 at the time of release. And once they become discontinued, these figures can, command really, really high prices on eBay or Amazon or whatever, just on the internet. Normally $45 to $65. Once it goes out of print, we can expect anywhere from $100 to $500. So, yeah. Anyway, so now let's talk about the Victory 1. Robot Damashii, Robot Spirit figure. So let's take a closer look at all the nice details. As you can see, come very nicely painted and detailed from the factory. Also have multiple points of articulation. Pretty much everything you see on the 1144 scale high grade model kit is included in these figures. They have some. Sometimes they have even more gimmicks and articulation than what you would expect from a model kit. So that's actually really, really nice. So let's talk about the accessories first. So we have these, we have all these hands right here. We have 2 open hands. Very nice. And the hands are designed differently from the model kits, so you can't swap parts between model kits. So instead of having the peg onto the hand, the peg are now on the forearm, and the peg holes is on the hands. All right, and then we have two universal hands, multi-purpose hands, gripping hands. That's what I call them. But anyway, and then we have 2 closed fists. Right here we have this one, and then we have one that's already attached. All right, so let's go ahead and pop this off and show you guys how that works. So you can see there's a peg, and here's a peg hole. Very different from the model kits. Pop this one in, and then we have the beam saber handle. Very nice. Pop this in here. Also, the beam sabers, the way the beam saber are attached are very different from the model kits. So right here we have 2 different beam saber effect pieces. We have the straight beam saber right here. Then we can pop this off, and then we have the one that's in swing action. So it looks like it's swinging the beam saber like that. Very cool. Let's go ahead and pop this off right here. And just like the model kit, you also have the shield gimmick, where you can flip this forward right here, expose the peg hole here, and then we can attach the shield right here. So let's go ahead and pop this in here like that. Very nice. I had to actually remove the hand. Actually, no. Just, I think like this would work. I think this is how it's done on the model kit. So, yeah, we have the beam shield here attached to this piece right here. Because swinging forward like really doesn't work. Yeah, because the hand does get in the way. So, yeah, and you can actually do that both arms. So you can swing this piece forward too. Like that, and all you have to do is pop this piece off like that, and then you have the attachment point, so you can mount the shield on both sides. Oh, I see how that works. So you can actually pull this forward. Ah, there we go. Then it can work. All right. I am not familiar with Robot Damashii figures whatsoever. This is actually my first Robot Damashii figure that I have handled. So, I have seen a few in person, but I never actually handled one. This is the first time I've handled a Robot Damashii figure. I have to say, they are really, really solid. They do feel like an action figure. They feel very durable compared to the model kits. Like with the model kits, I'm afraid like even dropping them on the desk because I feel like it might just fall apart, fall in pieces. But these guys are very, very solid. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop this off. Let's put this thing back on here. Put this thing back on here. Pop it back in, swing it in. Very nice. Now, a little bit of disappointment with these Robot Damashii is that even though they are action figures and they are very pricey, we can still see nut marks. Yeah, and also seam lines. Yeah, something that you would normally see on model kits are still present on these expensive action figures. So yeah, you can see nut marks. So yeah, to be honest, I still prefer model kits because if you actually put in the work, I work really hard on all the model kits I built. So I try to keep all these sim lines and nut marks less visible. Yeah, anyway, so that's the accessories. Let's talk about the last accessory here. We have a beam rifle right here. This is actually really nice. So let's go ahead and pop this off. So we actually have a removable magazine on this beam rifle. Pop this off right there. And then he has an extra ammo pack right here on the side skirt, attached via this peg. Then I can just pop this in like that. And using this gimmick, you can actually attach the beam rifle to the side skirt. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's go ahead and pop this off and talk more about the beam rifle. So the beam rifle, you can swing this barrel section left and right. I think this is either the extra handle so the Gundam can hold on to it, or it's a trigger guard. Yeah, I honestly don't know because I don't know much about the Victory one. I'm thinking it's like a handle so he can wield it with both hands, but I could be wrong. So if you know what purpose this piece serves, let me know. Also got the painted green camera right there on the rifle. Looks really good. Alright, so now I cover all the accessories. Let's go ahead and talk about articulation. Well, gimmicks first, actually. Alright, so no open cockpit on this one. And we do have these thruster ports on the back that you can open. That's actually really nice. And you can actually lift up the whole chest section by lifting this thruster pack on the back. So that's really cool. Obviously, you can disassemble this and get the core fighter to come out, because that's actually not it's not designed to do that. But anyway, now I guess if they make a real grade model kit of the Victory 1, they probably will include like the gimmick for the core fighter, which you can disassemble the chest piece and turn it into the flying little fighter jet thing, but not on the Robot Damashii. So I would say real grade model kits would actually be more detailed and have more gimmicks than the Robot Damashii action figures. Alright, anyway, we got this back skirt right here, which you can actually articulate unlike the high grade model kits. And we also have this rear thrust port right here on the back. I saw this was like a clip to hold on to the rifle, but apparently it's like a thruster port. So that's actually very cool. And then on the back of the lower legs, we also have extra thruster ports, or winglets. Yeah, I guess these are winglets. It's very nice, so it can go into flight mode. Honestly, I'm not familiar with Victory 1, so if you guys know more, let me know. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Alright, I guess now we can go into articulation. Let's close these up. So let's start from the bottom. So you can see you can actually fold the feet down like that. That's really cool. We have the ankle armor here attached to this ball peg. It's really nice. We have this ankle rocker action right there. That's very nice. You can move the feet back and forth, rock it back and forth, like so. Very nice. Double jointed knees. Surprisingly, that's actually super awesome. Yeah. Plus that gimmick on the back, that's just very, very nice. Okay, you can lift up both front skirts independently. Very nice. And then you can open up the side skirts. And then these are universal joints. Very nice. Very nicely done. And then we have the thigh cut right here. Very cool. Then the legs can go up. Legs can go back like that until it hits the back skirt. So yeah, you can do some really, really awesome poses with the Robot Damashii figure. Probably better than the model kits, actually. Yeah, that's one very positive point about it. It does what it's advertised to do. being an action figure. And we have the waist articulation right there, very nice. And then we have the ab crunch right here, very nice. The ab can go very far like that. Then the head's on the double joint actually. We have a joint inside the chest, and then we have a ball socket for the head, just like the model kits. So you can rotate it 360 degree. I guess it's just hindered by these shoulder armor piece. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. And then we have these shoulder armor. These are attached very similar to the model kits. So we have this shoulder armor that's attached to this peg that goes inside the chest. And you can actually lift it up. And this piece right here actually let you, this peg, you can actually pull it out from the inside the chest socket. You can see you can push it in and you can pull it out if you need more articulation like that. So that's really cool. If you don't want to have more articulation, you can just pop it back in like that. That's pretty cool. And unlike the model kits, we don't have that swing out polycap thing. So, well, looks like you can still do a pretty decent butterfly function using just this peg design. So that's pretty cool. Then we got the hinge right here. This is actually a ball peg attached to this hard plastic joint right here. So that's actually very useful. This is better than what we're seeing on the model kits. We also have bicep swivel. Very nice. Okay, and then we have the double jointed elbows, I think. No, wait. Is it double jointed? I don't think it's double jointed. I don't want to, mess up somebody's action figure. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. Almost a double joint, almost perpendicular. So that's pretty cool. And then we also, like I said before, we have this very nice gimmick right here where you can pull this thing out to form the shield like that, extended. Very nice. Alright, and then the thruster ports on the back, you can close them if you don't want to deploy them. Oh, and one last thing, I forgot to talk about this. So we actually have two sets of V-fin right here. We have the soft V-fin that's attached right here on the figure, and then we have the hard V-fins. So the hard V-fins are, mostly just for look if you're gonna just keep it on display. If when you're transporting the Gundam or the action figure, you don't want to have these attached because they can break during a transport. So makes sense that they put these on instead of these. So you do have two options for these V-fin. Overall, I say these Robot Damashii figures are definitely worth the price, of the suggested retail price of anywhere between $45 to $65. They're very well made, they're very solid, and they just look really good. Yeah, definitely justify the price point, especially for those people who don't want to spend time building model kits. These are great alternatives. Now I'm gonna explore more Gundam action figures that are currently available on the market. The next one I'm gonna do is called Mobile Suit in Action, and hope you guys stay tuned for that. Those are a little bit cheaper than the Robot Damashii figures, but they do lack the articulation and the details of the Robot Damashii figures. So anyway, hope you guys find this information helpful, and thank you, Nam, for letting me borrow this figure to review. And as always, thanks for watching.